Okay, today we will be checking gas pressures on a gas furnace with a manometer. So here is the Trane 80% gas furnace we will be working on today. Here is the data plate for this unit. It can be found inside the cover plate. Once you turn the power off to the unit, this is a model number TUD100C936K4, manufactured in 2004. The data plate tells you quite a bit of information. If we take a look here, it tells you it needs to be protected by a 15 amp breaker. It's factory equipped with a number 45 drill size orifice for natural gas. Input is 100,000 BTU per hour at 3.5 inches water column manifold pressure. That would be your outlet pressure on the gas valve that we'll be checking today. Also gives you your gas supply pressure to the furnace of a maximum of 13.8 inches of water column for both natural gas and propane, with a minimum gas supply pressure of input adjustment to 5 inches water column for natural gas or 11 inches water column for propane. Maximum external static pressure for heating is 0.50 inches water column. So here is the digital manometer we will be using today. So it's battery powered. There's a model number, simple to use. Push the on button, it turns on. You can switch between Celsius or Fahrenheit, what units you want to read in. Push the on button again, it lights up the screen. You can see the different units across the bottom of the screen that you can scroll through. And again, today we want inches of water column, which is right there. You can also check differential pressure by hooking up the tubes to both of the ports on the top of the manometer. Comes with these small tubes. They simply slide onto these barbs. We're not going to be doing or measuring differential pressure today. We'll only be measuring the output gas pressure on the output side of the gas valve. Comes with this barb adapter. Okay, so today we're working on a Gemini gas valve model 36G24 type 405. Keep in mind with these Gemini gas valves, the test ports, there's one on the supply side, one on the output side. You don't completely remove the little Allen plugs. You unscrew the little Allen plugs about 1/2 to 3/4 turn at a max, and you simply slide your tubing over that port with that plug in place. Then you turn the gas valve back on, turn the furnace on, and check your pressures. So first step, shut off the power to the furnace, shut off the gas to the furnace, remove both access panels and set aside. There's your gas valve. Give you a closer look. So there's the inlet port right there. That's what you slide your tubing over if you're checking the inlet pressure. The outlet port is on the back side here by my finger. It's hard to see on camera, but it looks similar to the inlet port, obviously. So you can see I loosened that Allen screw on the outlet port. I attach my tubing, attach the tubing to my manometer, turn my manometer on. So everything is hooked up, ready for test. Check and make sure it's on there tight, and it takes this tiny little Allen wrench to loosen those little Allen screws, okay? So again, remember you have one here for your inlet pressure and one in the back that I'm hooked up to for outlet. You then slowly turn on the gas. Not going to read any pressure right now, remember. Turn on the power. Make sure the thermostat is calling for heat. You'll hear the thermostat click. You'll hear the draft inducer fan motor start. Hot surface igniter will come on. Gas valve will open. You'll see flames across all the burners when the gas valve opens. There we go. And we'll start reading gas pressures now. And again, we're trying to aim for 3.50 inches water column. Right now we're a little low. So with the unit running, I'm going to remove the little brass cover or screw that covers up the adjustment screw inside the top of this gas valve. There's a little white plastic adjustment screw. You tighten it to increase the gas pressure, loosen it to decrease the gas pressure. With the flathead screwdriver, yeah, there's a little brass cover cap. I'll try to get you a better view of what I'm talking about. You can see it right there. There we go. That's what I'll be adjusting with my flathead screwdriver. And again, it's just going to be a fraction of a turn, like a 16th or a 32nd of an inch to the right. And I'm going to watch my manometer as I make the adjustment. Just nice and small, slow adjustments. Right now we're at about 3.35. I'm going to try to dial it in at 3.5 or as close as I can. I don't really want to go over 3.5. And that's it. We hit our mark, 3.5. We're good.
Woo!
Now immediately remember to put that little brass cover or plug back in. Secure it with your flathead screwdriver. Here's a close-up view of the manometer, so you can see we're right around 3.5, 3.8. So again, we're good. Now we'll wait for the thermostat to be satisfied. There you go, the burners just shut off. You don't just want to shut the burners off after the furnace has been running for a while, because remember, you need to let that blower run for a little bit to cool off the heat exchanger. But now that it's turned off, we can go ahead and remove our manometer, turn off the gas first before removing our manometer. Everything's off. Gas is off. You just got to twist and wiggle that tubing to get it to come off. And then immediately take your little Allen wrench and re-snug that little Allen plug in that outlet port. Because remember, if you leave that loose, it's going to be pumping raw natural gas into that furnace, which would be an explosion hazard. So always check to make sure you've tightened your Allen plugs back down on both the output and the input side of your gas valve. So again, remember to turn your gas on, power back on, put both your cover panels in place, double check to make sure you tighten down both of those little input and output test port plugs. And as a best practice, anytime you open a gas valve, test port, or do any kind of work on a gas valve, it's a good idea to go back and check with bubble leak detector all your joints that you worked on, even those little test plugs, to make sure you're not getting any bubbles forming, which would indicate a gas leak. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.